Good morning. It's Wednesday, July 8th, and you're watching World Watch News in 3. It's the most famous painting in the world, and for centuries, art experts have wondered, what's with the smile, Mona Lisa? Well, maybe it's because people are finally coming to see her again. Leonardo da Vinci's masterpiece, among many other treasures, are open to the public at the Louvre in Paris, France, after 4 months of coronavirus shutdown. The Louvre is the world's biggest museum, the size of 230 tennis courts, and that'll leave plenty of room for social distancing, which will be required, as will face masks and reservations. No smile on this Leonardo portrait, maybe because no Americans will be visiting her. We're not welcome right now in Europe because of our high coronavirus caseload. Only 14 countries are approved for travel to the European Union. That takes some of the joy out of the reopening. Only 7,000 people are visiting, where a typical day once saw upwards of 50,000. Here's another place you might not be able to visit: Chicago, America's third largest city. If you're from here, or here, you'll have to quarantine for 2 weeks upon arrival. These states show higher rates of new COVID-19 cases.
Had I known it was a quarantine, especially not allowing me to do anything for 14 days, then no, I wouldn't have gone, because I have to go to work.
The order also applies to Chicago residents returning to the city by the lake after visiting one of those states. Chicago officials say that people who don't comply with the order will have to pay a fine, but they also say they won't be tracking down travelers, so it's not clear whether or how they'll enforce the law. Another robocall. Well, that's less likely to happen tomorrow because the Supreme Court this week upheld a law that makes most robocalls illegal. 5 years ago, Congress made an exception to the ban. It would allow robocalls to try to collect debts people owe to the government, but those who are in the business of political campaigning and fundraising filed a lawsuit. That's not fair, they said. The free speech guarantee of the Constitution does not allow the government to prefer one kind of speech over another. So, if Congress allows debt collection calls, it has to allow political calls too. Well, the Supreme Court agreed the law should treat everyone equally, but not in the way political robocallers wanted. It struck down the exception, and now the law bans them all. In 2004, 2 flavors of Chex cereal faced off: chocolate versus green onion. It was up to the people of South Korea to vote for the winner. They chose green onion. But the cereal company claimed election interference. Kellogg's deleted about 42,000 of the votes considered fraudulent and said the chocolate flavor won. One journalist was quoted as saying, in a way, declaring victory to the chocolate flavor was kind of reminiscent of dictatorship in South Korea. But now the true victor is back. After 16 years, Kellogg's has begun producing the green onion flavored cereal. Sounds like a win for democracy and bad breath. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm the Big Bash. Make sure that you subscribe right there. It's going to be free for you. It's going to let you know whenever we have a new program as well. And remember, whatever the news, the purpose of the Lord will stand. We'll see you tomorrow.